Some of the headlines you're waking up to this morning. Conor Bradley's reportedly been offered a new 5-year contract by Liverpool worth 650% more than his current £10,000 a week deal, which by my calculations means he's been offered £65,000 a week rather than the £10,000 a week now. talkSPORT understands that Real Madrid have expressed strong interest in Crystal Palace midfielder Adam Wharton, which is an interesting one. Yeah, would that surprise you?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
And I like him.
He's a good player.
Yeah,
my goodness.
We both really like him. We're enjoying watching him in there.
Yeah.
But that would surprise me.
It would surprise me too. And on yesterday's drive show, former Aston Villa striker Gabby said he expects a particular on-loan striker to make Thomas Tuchel's first England squad a week on Thursday.
Marcus Rashford, for me, looks happy. He's tracking back more than I've seen him do in the last year and a half at Manchester United.
Yeah.
He looks like he's built into what Unai Emery wants. And what I like as well is that, he's fighting for his place, because Jacob Ramsey, outstanding footballer, he's battling with him for that left-hand side. Rodgers can play there as well. But there's options now for Aston Villa, so he knows he has to be at it. Just looks like he's having fun. And he looks like a superstar. We are lucky to have him. He's a superstar, special talent, and I would not be surprised if he gets another England call-up.
I'm loath to say this. Go, you say what you're going to say first.
I would be surprised.
I think Gabby's miles off it. I think he's miles off it. I mean, Marcus Rashford's been there 5 minutes, and he's done pretty well. But mainly coming off the bench. Now, if he's coming off the bench for Villa, he can't really expect to be in the England team.
Spot on.
In my view.
I think there's every chance that you and I will be telling Mr. Agbonlahor that very, very shortly when he comes on this show, because he's coming on this morning.
Yeah, he is.
And we'll certainly be telling him that.
For more of all the day's biggest stories, head over to talksport.com. Jill says she's ill in bed with flu, listening to her favourite breakfast show. Said it's great so far. There's been no Manchester United bashing. Would love a shout out. So Jill, you've got it. I'm sure the Manchester United bashing will come a bit later in the show.
Get better soon, Jill.
Absolutely, Jill. Now Shebahn's back with us. Hi again, Shebahn.
Hello. I just want to bring to your attention this story in the Mail today. Kieran Gill saying on the back page that Millwall ban the Daily Mail reporters. There's also a piece by Oliver Holt. Today, Millwall must accept flack for vile chants and horror tackles, own it, admit it, and deal with it. This continues, this fallout from this awful challenge from the Millwall keeper Liam Roberts on Jean-Phillipe Mateta. We should say it's been reported, and I don't think it's been made clear enough that Liam Roberts did reach out to Jean-Phillipe Mateta to make sure he's okay when he was in hospital on Saturday evening. At the time, at half-time, Palace chairman Steve Parish said it's the worst challenge he's ever seen on TV. Straight after the game, Millwall manager Alex Neil said anyone who thought that Liam did that intentionally is way off the mark. Just speaking about Oliver Holt's piece, saying that reporters have been banned, do you think this is the right thing for clubs to do, to try and control the narrative, or should it just be...
I don't think you can start doing that. I mean, effectively it's freedom of speech, isn't it? You might we're perfectly positioned to talk about that. There's very few people agree with what Jeff and I say in the morning, but you don't start banning people, really, because everybody's entitled to their opinion. You might not agree with it, I get that, but
it's never a good idea to ban the media. And obviously we're biased, I speak from the point of view of somebody who's worked in the media all of his life, and it's never a good idea to ban the media. But by the way, was the Mail that... and obviously it didn't see every newspaper. Was the Mail that different to every other newspaper in the way it reported that? I'm not sure why they picked on the Mail and not other papers.
Well, Millwall have commented that the coverage from news organisations and high-profile figures has led to the unwarranted character assassination of Liam and a lot of abuse towards him online.
Which you should condemn, obviously.
Of
the
course,
abuse online, absolutely
horrendous.
Condemn it.
Yeah.
And we've tried. Here, we stressed yesterday frequently that nobody thought there was any malice in the challenge, but it didn't mean it wasn't a dangerous challenge, because it blooming well was.
That's where we were with it 100%. I think we gave an honest opinion and an analysis on it, and having watched it again, my opinion hasn't changed. It's an absolute red card all day. It's extremely dangerous, but I don't think he goes out intending to hurt the centre forward.
There's been this statement that was released on Monday. I've had a look on Millwall's website. on their X and on their Instagram. I can't find the statement anywhere, but they've also condemned the disgusting abuse aimed at goalkeeper Liam Roberts. They've said about that, but also, as Oliver points out, that he doesn't feel that they're taking a lot of accountability. In terms, it feels like that in turn their response has been to lash out and try and turn themselves and Roberts into victims in this situation. Do you think Millwall, considering there was homophobic chants, there was the chants towards Mateta when he was lying on the pitch getting oxygen, do you think they should hold their hands up in this situation and say, we need to do better, we got this wrong?
I think I heard Neil's interview right after it, and I thought he did.
Is that enough?
Well, yeah. I thought he came out and said, red card, but there's no way it was intentional. But and then he asked about the chance, and he understandably said he never heard them because he's getting shouted at behind him when he's making substitutions. But what was interesting, I read somewhere, nobody's committed a crime by those vile chants, right? So which is another debate up for debate. I mean, they're horrendous chants, horrendous. But if they're not breaking the law, what do? We can all shake our head and say that's diabolical, which it is. There's not a lot you can do. So
the homophobic chants will be investigated. The chants towards Mateta will not be investigated.
See, that's
it's like unsavoury either way, right?
So you can't. You've got to be careful what you say about somebody's sexuality, but it's okay if it's not okay, but you're not breaking the law to saying they hope they pass away.
Yeah.
I mean, there's kind of double standards a wee bit, but I don't know.
As Simon Jordan pointed out yesterday, people say bad things and then you have to at some point move on. Just to finish off with Oliver Holt's piece, he said, accept that the club deserves criticisms for its fans' vile chanting which spread into homophobic abuse of Ben Chilwell. Don't try and spread the blame. Take responsibility. Don't dig yourselves in an even deeper hole when your players has committed one of the worst fouls in recent memory. So he's going hard on Liam Roberts. Liam Roberts has apologised to Mateta, and you would imagine it won't happen again. We'll have to move on.
How is he? We heard it was he.
He's doing well. Apparently, he's with Palace doctors now, so he's been out the hospital, and hopefully he's doing well. So
25 stitches. That's
I know it's
no fun.
No, I know,
no fun at all. Look, it was an unfortunate incident, and all we got to hope for now is that Mateta is back on the pitch sooner rather than later, and everybody can put it behind them. It happened. Let's get on with it now.
Yeah.
Scott's texted and said, Jeff, if Kermit the Frog was associated with Aston Villa, Gabby would want him to get a call up for England.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.